Welcome to episode 1 of the Billable Mile. I am really excited to get back into video editing. This is something that I missed doing from a long time ago when I used to build videos for my dad on the farm. I'm just going to do this for fun. I'm really just trying to build my video editing skills, and we'll see where it goes. And I want to talk about two things in this series. Running, of course, and being a dad too. Those are two huge parts of my identity. And so my goal is to each week talk about the prior week's runs, what went well, what didn't, next week's runs, what I'm looking forward to, what I want to improve on. I want to talk a little bit about being a dad and moments where I've learned something during the week with my boys. I want to be Evan, just editing some videos just for fun. I think too that it's good to build content about being a running dad, because there's a lot of influencers out there who just, it seems like they just run and that's all they do. I'm so much more than a runner. I love running. I'm a husband and I'm a dad. And then really far out down the list, I'm an attorney. Lawyers earn money by billing out their time, and they bill by every 6 minutes. If I'm a lawyer, how cool would it be to say I ran a marathon in billable hours? So essentially every 6 minutes I do a mile, or 0.1. So that could be a good goal to work towards, 6 minute average. I haven't even figured out what the total pace would be on that marathon yet. It's a goal to shoot for. If I had to get up and run like my life depended on it, and I had a downhill course, maybe I could do 7:30. I think is a worthy goal for the next decade of my life. Where do I see myself going in the next 2-ish years? I want to run the Hawaii Kai marathon in July, and then after that, on my 30th birthday, I'm already signed up to run the Rehoboth Beach Marathon in Delaware, because we're moving there later this year. If those two races go well, I want to run a Boston qualifying time in spring of 2026. That would require average miles of 652 or thereabouts. So if I go slow in terms of adding work, adding effort, then I think it's doable. And with some good injury luck, good nutrition, good sleep, so I better hurry this up, then maybe I can make it. That's where I'm going with this. Let's talk about last week. Last week started off great with a race. It's always so fun to race. It was the Great Aloha Run in Honolulu, and I posted a little video about that. It was fun. I really enjoyed being there. The GPS went a little bit wonky, and so it said I did less than 8 miles. It was supposed to be 8.2-ish, I think, but I did 7.92. Pace was better than my half marathon that I ran back in October, so I feel like I am improving. I am in a better place. My one big regret is that I didn't push hard to get in the front corrals, and so I was clear back in the back, and so the whole time I was just catching people instead of finding someone to race and settle in with. But I had a great time. Jess and the boys came to greet me at the finish line, which was super awesome. It was great to see them there. Tuesday through Thursday, I just did recovery runs, about 5 miles, mixing some strides in there. Really excited to see that my average heart rate, if my watch is at all reliable, is about 126 beats per minute. So I'm holding the paces I want to hold, getting those easy miles in. Feels good. But after 3 days of just going easy, I had to do something a little bit faster. So I did this tempo run on Friday. Mile warm up, mile cool down, 3 miles in the middle. Probably what's close to threshold pace for me. Faster than marathon pace. I think I set it to be half marathon pace, and that felt really good. And then Saturday was the long run. I was really excited about this, and I got a local legend while I was doing it. But I did easy pace, which ended up being about 8:22 for 8 miles. I did about half marathon pace for 3 miles, and then a mile cool down. And that went pretty well. I just listened to my book the whole time, and I felt like it was pretty doable. I've been thinking I need to add a lot more easy miles into my training lately to help make sure I'm recovered. I was pushing pretty hard 2 times a week, and then during my long run, so I was a little nervous about that. And I think I'm going to make a shift back to doing higher mileage instead of going harder on less miles. I think I just need to get more miles in. That's my thought this week. We'll see what happens next week, how I feel about that. Looking to the week ahead now. As of right now, we have on the docket easy run on Monday, 6 miles. Tuesday is supposed to be a hill session. It's going to be about 8 miles. Really not looking forward to that, but the Hawaii Kai Marathon has a really big hill, so I've just got to love the grind, as Philly Bowden would say. And then Wednesday and Thursday are both 6 mile easy runs with some strides mixed in. Those have been kind of fun to add in. Friday is supposed to be a tempo run to get a little bit of fatigue on the legs, to then go 12 on Saturday. 1 up, 1 down, and then the middle 10 miles, 1.5 miles at projected marathon pace for Boston qualifying time, with 1 mile at easy pace. But we'll see how that all works out, because we're going camping this weekend, so maybe I'll just run on the beach. As far as being a dad for this week goes, and so without thinking I said, you know, if you don't pick up your toys, the Hawk Monster is going to come and take them, which is just a really stupid thing to say, because we have a little bit of anxiety at our house from time to time about monsters, and so telling him that a monster was going to come into our home and take his belongings was not an intelligent choice on my part. We spent the rest of the day working through the details of the Hawk Monster, and I imagined that he would look something like this guy right here from the movie It. I think he kind of bought that, and we talked about how he was a nice guy. We had a lot of conversations about that, and Jansen, true to his normal, wonderful self, is just cleaned up. Just been so great at keeping the living room clean and making sure everything's okay. Stay classy.